So here's why foldable smartphones suck. Now you guys know for the last couple of years foldable smartphones started to hit the market, and a lot of people have been taking notice on the foldable smartphones of the world. And yes, we do have more foldable smartphones. It really does seem like a lot of these companies are really pushing towards that foldable smartphone future, but unfortunately, even though they are pushing towards that foldable smartphone future and they want that to be the future of smartphones per se, it's just that right now in 2020 it really does look like foldable smartphones are not too practical for a number of various reasons, and I'm going to name a number of reasons why foldable smartphones are not just too practical. First off, one of the biggest problems with foldable smartphones is just the fact that the price of these smartphones are just a little bit too expensive. I really do think they dramatically need to come down in price, because you don't want to pay over $1,000 for a lot of these foldable phones, and especially when some of these foldable phones out there just aren't as good as regular premium smartphones that you can buy for like $1,000 and things like that. But I'm assuming over time and as the years go on, of course, the price of these things should come down dramatically, and a lot of people should be able to afford foldable phones. But yeah, the price right now is just not viable and feasible for a lot of people out there who are looking to pick up a brand new smartphone. And then one of the biggest reasons why foldable smartphones suck in 2020 is just the fact that we have a lot of durability issues. And then there is this brand new article that just surfaced on the internet practically that's pretty much showing a Motorola Razr. You guys remember at the end of 2019, I think in December, I do believe, Motorola did come out with the Motorola Razr, which is supposed to look like the original Motorola Razr, but it has a foldable screen on the inside. And right now somebody is actually having issues with that phone, but honestly I'm not really too surprised about it, because in the state of 2020 and in the state of foldable smartphones, since there's such a new concept and we never had screens that fully fold itself, then of course we're going to have a lot of durability issues, and that's where foldable smartphones really do suck when you compare them to their counterpart, the regular smartphone. That's just a rectangle piece of glass that pretty much just slides in your pocket. Because the problem with these foldable phones is just the fact that a lot of these screens are not actually made out of glass, so they're made out of plastic, and then of course the hinges aren't the strongest thing, and of course anything with moving parts is not going to be good for longevity. Of course, how many times can a folding phone actually fold before the hinge breaks or before the screen actually breaks on the actual folding phone? But here it is right here, the picture of the Motorola Razr, and it looks like this Motorola Razr does definitely have a screen problem. As far as I'm aware right now, when we look at something like the Motorola Razr from late last year, it doesn't look like a lot of people are actually having durability issues, kind of like the Galaxy Fold. You guys may remember the Galaxy Fold, and the Galaxy Fold was actually a problem that had a very big design flaw right when they actually made this, because they didn't actually warn the consumers to actually not peel off the screen on the front, because it was made from plastic, and a lot of people thought it was actually a screen protector. Because let's face it, when you get a lot of brand new technology, most technologies that have some type of screen on it, especially smartphones, do come with a protector on it, so it protects it in shipping and it protects it from the screen being damaged when you get the device. But a lot of people thought it was a screen protector, so they started peeling it off. And then on top of that, the hinge on the original Galaxy Fold that came out last year did actually have problems to where dust and debris would actually get on into the actual hinge when you actually open and close it. Maybe you put it in your pocket, and then little dust bunnies and things from your pocket would actually damage that phone. So you can see they had to do a big massive recall on the original Galaxy Fold. But it looks like right here they don't have one, as far as I'm aware, and as far as I know they don't really have too many cases. This might be the only case I know of a Motorola Razr actually broken. It's actually broken. So if you look at the actual picture right here, it does look like the screen is actually damaged, and you can see on this unit right here, it does look like it is where the hinge is in the actual middle of the actual smartphone. When you actually open it to use it, that crease is actually damaged. You can see it's kind of bubbling up. It does actually have like a It does pretty much look like a damaged screen protector. If you ever use like a screen protector on a smartphone or a device and it's kind of like bubbling up and it's just not great, that's pretty much what we're dealing with here, and it does not look good for the screen itself. And that's one big key thing I really do think a lot of manufacturers obviously have to fix when it comes to folding phones, because that's just not the greatest experience, and it does suck, especially when you're paying thousands of dollars for these smartphones that are expensive and in a lot of ways inferior to the regular smartphone. It honestly just doesn't make sense. So it does suck. They are actually having durability issues. And then they go on to state too, it's not just a screen that's actually bubbling up. They did actually state that they are having touchscreen issues after the screen has actually bubbled up and actually been damaged. And that's something that's not good. So of course it still kind of sucks that in the state we are in 2020 that a lot of companies can't figure out the situation with the foldable phone. But granted, this is a fairly new technology, of course. When you look at something like a foldable phone, we never actually had a true phone that would actually fold up and the screen would actually fold. We had things like flip phones back in the day, but the difference is they didn't actually fold the screen. They actually were on two different planes. So for instance, the screen was on a top hinge, but it was a separate piece from the bottom. When you closed it, the screen wasn't actually folding itself in or folding itself out. So there wasn't really anything to worry about when it comes to traditional flip phones, but we've never had technology like this. So I guess a lot of people out there can't really figure out how to make these smartphones. But again, I guess you do got to give them a little slack, since foldable smartphones are a relatively new technology, and like I said, they've only been on the market now for about a year or 2 years now. This is, I think, year 2 that they officially been out to the public and been out there to actually buy. But honestly, if you were to ask me, I wouldn't actually buy a foldable smartphone, just because the durability is the biggest reason not to buy a foldable phone, even if you can afford a foldable phone. And then honestly, outside of that, I don't actually see the practicality of a foldable phone. We're still also out of state when you look at foldable phone technology. They really don't know what type of form factor they want foldable phones. You look at something like the Galaxy Fold. The Galaxy Fold kind of looks like a tablet that actually opens up, and the tablet and the smartphone is pretty much a smartphone on the outside, a traditional smartphone, and a tablet on the inside. But then you look at something like the Motorola Razr, or you look at something like the Galaxy Z Flip. The Galaxy Z Flip and the Motorola Razr are two phones that are actually more closer to a regular smartphone design, but they just fold up in your pocket. So it's hard to say what design is actually going to win in the long run. And honestly, I would say just don't buy a foldable smartphone for a number of different reasons. The form factor, and also the fact that the durability on these things are just not that great, and you're spending so much money on these things. It's just not a really good feeling to buy something that could potentially break in the long run. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from MyTech News, signing out.